I think this book, the research for educators, and especially this book focusing on digital reading, it's going to be a great help for teachers in Ireland and also for IDGE, which is our National Teacher Professional Development Agency. The focus of this book is on digital reading and digital reading comprehension, which is slightly different from print reading and print reading comprehension that I think a lot of people and a lot of teachers will be more familiar with and have more experience with. Digital reading is a slightly different thing. It, for example, requires a bit more critical thinking from students, and there's often more interactivity with the text. So I think having this volume and the very practical examples that are in it will be a very useful resource for teachers to have. I think, as we all know, digital reading is becoming more and more common both in schools and in the world outside school. So it's really becoming more important as a foundational skill that the students need to learn. So I think it'll be of real benefit to teachers to use the examples in this book to help their students develop those skills that are needed to develop digital reading comprehension and for them to be able to navigate the digital world more confidently and more appropriately. Well, I think the launch event that we've had today has made a great start on that front. We've just had a very useful conversation between the authors of the book and a large group of teachers and teacher educators and education centres that we have as a network around the country here. So I think that's going to be a great way to start getting the word out to teachers. I think another part of this book in particular that will be of interest to teachers in Ireland is that one of the case studies it includes is an Irish primary school, Talbot Senior National School, who are based out in West Dublin. And Talbot Senior National School are used as an example of very good practice in digital reading, and they were very generous with their time and in sharing the examples for other schools to use. And I think it's a nice feature of this book that it engages directly with teachers in schools like that, because certainly my experience with the Educational Research Centre in Ireland is that the schools and teachers and students and parents in Ireland are always very generous in accommodating us when we ask them to take part in studies like Pearls and other similar studies. And so it's great to see examples like this being put out for the schools and the teachers to use to help them in their day-to-day work. I think having these types of resources available in as many languages as possible is a great thing. I think it's always good for these types of materials, these books and the teacher snippets, the short versions of them as well, to be made available as widely as possible to as many people as possible. And especially I think that helps it reach into more schools around the country here, but also around the world. I know if you look at the IA's website and their previous publications, they're already available in lots of different languages, Danish, French, German, Arabic, Farsi, Spanish, and so on. There's lots and lots of different ones, and including some of them that have already been translated into Irish, which is great to see from my own perspective here in Ireland. So I think that's a great facility to have, and I know that the IEA are always very happy to accommodate countries that want to translate books like these or other materials into their local languages. So I would encourage anyone who is interested in looking into that to contact the IEA in Amsterdam to start the process going.